Hi, welcome to Bar Cart Bookshelf, a video series about books and the drinks they inspire. My name is Elias, and today we're talking about The DAWNHOUNDS by Sascha Stronach. The DAWNHOUNDS is an urban fantasy set in a city that doesn't exist, Hynak, a place that's both familiar and wholly alien, a place that has the same issues that we have here in the US and around the world with police presence, but also mushrooms that are the size of houses and that people use as houses, and gods that choose their chosen few to be resurrected again and again. These interconnections of life really and verdancy just absolutely pervade this novel, and it's one that I am going to look forward, having enjoyed reading it, to rereading when its sequel comes out down the line here. Not only to revisit the city of Hynak, but also to get a better and deeper understanding of what has come to pass. Highly recommend. Very weird. A main character, Jin Yat Hok, is killed early on in the book after she's made by some of her fellow police officers at a queer nightclub, and as it turns out, death doesn't quite take. It's going to take more than killing me to kill me. And now she finds herself in with a crew of misfit pirates. We love pirates here. And delving into a world that is deeper, darker, and more dangerous than she ever knew. And so, with a book that, one, is very mushroomy, and two, has pirates, and three, has these really nuanced and thorny discussions of sexuality and gender, I had to celebrate with a drink. So, without any further ado, why don't we turn to today's drink, the Kopek. It is named for the main pirate ship in the book that early on also functions as a bar because this book is amazing. So, why don't we get started by running a paper towel along the rim of our glass. This is going to get wet, it's going to get damp, it's going to make it easier for things to adhere to the surface there. And what's going to adhere to the surface? Some kosher salt. As I've said, we've got pirates, we've got pirate ships. It's a briny book, so we want that little bit of salt on the rim of our cocktail glass to get that oceanic brine going on. So now that I've got a little bit of salt on a plate, I'll run my dampened glass along the edge, get the rim there. There we go. We just want a fairly light, fairly even coating of salt there on the rim of the glass. Excellent. Now we can set that aside for a bit and turn to the remainder of our ingredients. Here, got half of a jalapeno pepper, fresh from the garden. We've used these spicy chili pepper ingredients before, but this is the first time that we've got them fresh. It's going to be a little bit greener, a little bit more vegetal than the hot pepper tincture that we typically use, and so I think it works really well with the verdancy that we see in the DAWNHOUNDS. Early on in the book, there's a description of a taste either like good chili peppers or bad whiskey. And we love good chili peppers, but we can't use bad whiskey here on Bar Cart Bookshelf. So good chili peppers it is. So you'll get your half of a jalapeno pepper sliced in there. If you want it a little bit less hot, discard those seeds, but keep that green flesh. And then we're going to take 3/4 of an ounce of tea syrup. Get that in there. And get that over our jalapeno. Now, take our handy-dandy muddler and just muddle that gently. Get those oils to express themselves, get the heat to blend with the sort of bitter sweetness of the tea. Lovely. Excellent. And then we'll set our muddler aside. I'll stand it up, set it aside here so that it doesn't fall over. I made it happen. So we've got our sweetener and our pepper spice in our shaker tin. Next, we're going to add an ounce of fresh lime juice, brighten things up. Lovely, lovely. Just really get that sort of citrus zing in there. And then finally, on the very first page, there is a character who refers to his wife as sugarcane, and that was about when I knew I needed to make a drink, because lately we have been loving cachaça here. Got an ounce and a half of cachaça, this Brazilian rum made from freshly expressed sugarcane juice. The one that we use here at Bar Cart Bookshelf is Novo Fogo. It's an organic cachaça. They're a carbon negative distillery. Just a really excellent way to get that fresh sugarcane, grassy aroma and flavor into your cocktails. So we'll get an ounce and a half of our cachaça in there. Wonderful. And there we go. We're all set. Got cachaça, lime juice, tea syrup, and muddled jalapeno in our shaker, salt on the rim of our glass, and it's time to add ice. We've got the crushed ice here in my Lewis bag. You want to get a good scoopful into your tin, and you want to get a good scoopful into your glass. Lovely. Now we can set that aside and shake it up, wake it up. There we go. Don't need to shake quite as long when you're using the crushed ice because that's going to cool down and dilute really quickly. Give it a stout tap. Sometimes it doesn't want to cooperate on these hot, humid summer days. There we go. But that feels appropriate for Hynek as well, one of those sort of tropical cities that experiences a dry season and a wet season. And now, because we've got the jalapeno seeds in our shaker, we're going to want to double strain that. It's all right to have a bit of the flesh of the pepper in your drink, but nobody really wants to swallow a seed by accident. So we'll just give that a nice double strain, make sure we keep all of that out, and we're all set. You can, if you'd like, top with a little more of the crushed ice if you want it really snowy. But otherwise, you're good to go, just like that. So there you have it. This is the Kopek, a shake and drink inspired by the DAWNHOUNDS by Sascha Stronach. The DAWNHOUNDS is available now on bookshelves and in bookstores. Highly recommend. Very weird, very thought-provoking. We've got a link to find it down below, as well as to the Boston Shaker, where we get all of our tools and ingredients, Twitter and Instagram, where there are written versions of today's recipe. Please remember to like, share, subscribe, tell all your friends about what we do here, snag a book, read it, tell us what you think, try the drink, let me know what you think, and until next time, cheers.